Human Oneness, a poem from Rambles of a Rambler, poems to shape and sharpen a mind in need. The air we humans breathe and the water we humans drink have got no color nor taste. There's no air nor water just for the black man, none just for the white man, none just for the brown and yellow man. There's air and water for everyone, human. That's why the human blood isn't blue. Rather, it is red and red for everyone. And the human brain isn't brown. Rather, it is gray and gray for everyone. Air and water give man life. Brain and blood keep life alive. They all are the same for all humans. As long as this sameness remains the same, humanity shall stay sane in sameness, even as it faces the onerous challenges of life.
Rambles of the Rambler, Rambles.
Okay, we have another opportunity to ramble again today, for examining the poems in the collection Rambles of the Rambler by Sami Oke. Unfortunately, one of us, my partner, is not here today. Gone several years ago. He goes by the artistic name Ras Iron Mackenzie. Today we shall be examining Human Oneness. Sami, this poem, in this poem, you talk of the same blood flowing through the veins of all humans, which means that there is no need for discrimination. What was on your mind when you were penning these lines?
Well, it's the present situation in the world, because the fact that there are wars up north, wars down south, wars in the east, wars in the west, that is very preoccupying for every human being. And one can't help but wonder, but why all these wars? Why all these disparities? Why do we have quarrels when we all belong to the same human race? Actually, we have what is called a human race. So it is just to give each one of us a reminder that we all belong to the same race and we should stop disturbing one another, in all that is happening. We need peace.
Human Oneness is a 3-stanza poem. Permit me to go to the very last stanza, the third stanza of the poem, even though we may come to the first two even later. As long as this sameness remains the same, humanity shall stay sane in sameness, even as it faces the onerous challenges of life. If humanity shall stay sane in sameness, then why is there discrimination? Why is there continued discrimination, segregation, as it used to be, instead of the cheating and all the like?
Well, it is simply because we take for granted the gifts of life, which essentially are air and water. These gifts are the same for everyone, but people think that, they want to feel that they are better than the others. So that the simple fact that you look at the air we breathe, wherever we are, is the same air. it's not different. Even water. In the poem, even I mentioned the fact that water doesn't have taste. Water is supposed to be tasteless.
As well as the fact that, the blood that flows in our veins is the same.
It's the same color.
It's of the same color. Nobody has blue blood running through his veins.
Yes. So, it's simply a reminder, like you said, why is it that there is all this discord amongst human beings? It is simply because human beings don't regard themselves as people who should live together. That we all are supposed to be, to have one voice for whatever we have to do. And one of the things to believe it is the fact that we are all the creation of God. God who created us intended that we should, be together and not discriminate against each other.
This theme of togetherness, this theme of sameness, of oneness, is a theme that runs through the length and breadth of much of your poetry. Can you affirm that your message is actually going across?
Yeah, well, if it is a message going across, you see, the fact that there is United Nations organization is an indication that humans want this oneness. The fact that there is African Union, it is an indication that humans want to stay together, and that is why they create, organizations like that. And incidentally, it happens when they might have learned a lesson. The United Nations organization as it exists now is a creation of the first and second world wars. After human had seen all the sufferings, so they had to learn a lesson, and they thought that no, they should come together. And that is why they started with the League of Nations and then moved on to the United Nations organization. So it is an indication that humans long for this oneness. But it is difficult because human thinking is different. And that is why in my poetry I want our thinking, to be, the thinking should be towards love for one another. And if we have that thinking towards love for one another, I am very optimistic that the paradise that we only think we can have it in heaven, we can equally have it here on earth.
Sammy, in a snappy manner, give us, other messages which come out in this particular poem, Human Oneness.
Yes, we feel that coping with life isn't easy, so it is essential to strive for human harmony. And that is why, as you have quoted, that as long as this sameness remains the same, humanity shall stay same in sameness. So we have to continue to strive for it. The idea of sameness, so that we can make life easy for us. And I also feel that, the human bodies, which you had already mentioned, contain blood color in spite of our different skin colors. And it is also the same brain color. And this brain blood is what sustains life. So let's think, let's have that mind that whoever created us, gave us this idea that we should have the same brain, the same brain color. I may say we may not have the same brain because some people may be more intelligent than others, owing to the fact that, But as far as the brain color
Yes,
is concerned, it's the same kind. It's the same.
Our brain is grey.
Our brain is gray.
Grey color.
Yes.
Yes.
So it is great. So it just depends on how you use it. But let's use it in a positive manner.
Let's talk about your style. There's something. Poetry is not all about messages. It is about style too. I noticed that you in much of your poetry, the rhyme scheme is not regular. In this particular poem, human oneness, that is what I discovered. Is it because of the discrimination amongst humans that we don't have a regular rhyme scheme? I see other stylistic devices in this poem, like alliteration. I see a poem, I see a good play of words, like sameness, same, and all of that. When we have alliteration, we have poem, but the rhyme scheme is not regular. What accounts for this?
Well, the way I look at poetry, it's simply putting words together in such a way that they can produce some good sound effects. And this good sound effect should encourage someone to read or someone to listen to
That's right.
to the poetry. And that is it. If I have to follow like the Shakespearean styles, it will be very difficult because I don't belong to the same culture. Because usually they look for words within their cultural groupings which can go into the poetry. I am more concerned to attract the reader or the listener, in the way I can do it by choosing words which may draw their attention, words which may appeal to their feelings,
and which convey messages that you really want to.
Which I really want to. So if in making that choice there's a shortcoming, I don't bother myself so much.
No. I don't think it is a shortcoming. It's only a way of appreciating your poetry. The lines of poems must not necessarily rhyme for the poem to be good. So I don't consider it shortcoming. It is my observation, and I find your response very appealing. For now, I think those are the little observations and questions that I had for this poem, Human Oneness. If you don't have anything else to say, or do you have one or two?
No, the important thing is bringing humanity together, and which is the message we had already passed through. So, if as human beings, this poem can prick, the conscience of humanity that no, we should at least put our heads together and make our world a better place. I think I would have been very satisfied if this poem will go ahead to provoke that.
That indeed is your major message. come together and make the world a better place to live.
Rambles of the Rambler, Rambles.